Hello, I'm Jennifer Witt, Director of ProjectManager.com. Well, welcome today to our whiteboard session on how to uncomplicate your project. So at times, it's amazing how complicated things can be for project managers, and it makes sense, right? You have multiple teams, multiple organizations, multiple stakeholders, multiple team members, everybody wanting something in a different way, in a different format, people speaking different language, communicating differently, and hey, it gets complicated. But do you know why I like to uncomplicate my projects? Well, because it's uncomplicated. It's more simple that way. So I've learned some hard lessons along the way, so wanted to share 8 simple calls to action that we can take, things that will bring great benefits to our project. So let's look at some of these. Number 1, if you're missing someone or somebody on your project, call them. Just pick up the phone and give them a call. Maybe text them, but if there's someone that's missing that's critical on your project, or you need information, you haven't seen them for a while, hey, where did they go? They're missing in action and they need to be here. So for whatever reason, if you're missing somebody on the team, missing somebody in your meetings, just make a simple call to find out. It's amazing what you can learn if you give someone a call. I remember a critical person on my team, Wayne, one time, he was the one that was always early and always stayed to the end. He was the one scribing notes, asking questions, always having his action items done. And when Wayne stopped missing the meetings, then I just gave him a call one day to ask him, where are you? Well, I found out Wayne was going through a personal situation, which altered his behavior for several months. So because I was able to call Wayne and talk with him, I was able to find out how I, as the project manager, could support him while he was going through his personal issues. Number 2, want to meet? If you want to meet with someone that's supplemental to your team, or maybe a specific stakeholder, maybe a client, maybe someone, whoever it is on your project, then just invite them. You know, sometimes we talk about things where you need to get together, or you need to get information, or you want to get together, and we just never take that step. It's very simple. It's very uncomplicated. Just invite them to meet, whether it's by phone, maybe it's a web meeting. If you're local, to sit down and have coffee or lunch. A lot of things can get handled by just inviting someone to meet. You'll be amazing when they say yes. And number 3, because probably they need to meet with you for some reason as well too. Number 3, want to be understood? Well, all of us are seeking to be understood. You know, how many of us complain, no one understands me, or no one gets my point? Well, I guess the onus is on us to explain ourselves better. So as a project manager, the more we can explain what's happening on the project, explain the timeline, explain the deliverables, explain the customer or stakeholder's position to our team, and likewise vice versa, the more that you can explain, the more people can understand you and your point and get things done. Number 4, if you have questions, then by all means ask. You know, for a certain time in a certain environment of one of the corporate environments I was in for some time, it felt like an environment that I couldn't ask questions as the project manager. I was too intimidated, or it wasn't the status quo, or it was too political to ask key people, key stakeholders, key team members questions. And boy, did I as a project manager have to pay for that, and so did the project. So that's not good. So what I've learned is, if you have questions as a project manager, it is critical for you to ask. And keep asking until you get the information you need. You may need to ask multiple questions, multiple ways, to multiple people to get the information you need, but keep driving it down to the details you need so you can make decisions, get things done, whatever you need to get the project on its way. Number 5, if you don't like something, then say so. Then say it, whether it's your team members, whether it's your stakeholders or clients, but unless people know that you don't like something, then just say it. You know, it doesn't have to be hostile. It doesn't have to be derogatory. It doesn't have to be mean-spirited. You can just say, you know, I really don't like that. And it's not that you will always get your way, but sometimes if you just express, hey, I don't like that, you know, then other people probably sitting in your room or sitting on your project are probably relieved, like, thank goodness, somebody finally spoke up and said, this doesn't sound right or this isn't working correctly. So it's important just to say it. If you like something, then likewise, then state it. If you like something, whether it's something on your team, someone is really doing on your team, I really like how you approach that situation. I really like how you're pulling the team together. I really like how you were able to talk with the client and the stakeholders to get information and clarify those expectations. So if you like something, then state it. If you want something, then you have to ask for it. You can't sit around and mull about it, make excuses about it, blame others on why you aren't getting things. If you aren't getting things and you want something or you need something, you do have to ask for it and ask specifically what you want. Don't leave people guessing, and also let them know when you need it, why you need it, maybe in what kind of format, so that people know. So it's clear as you can. Let people know what you want. You'd be surprised when you actually get it. And then number 8 is a huge one, I think. When you appreciate someone, then tell them. You know, a lot of times we talk about people on maybe our team members, or maybe there's a customer stakeholder who's really being our advocate to help get something done. So we may tell others how much we appreciate them, but we actually fail to tell that person. Well, they don't ever know. So mental telepathy does not work in this case, but you gain a lot of benefits if you just let someone know that you appreciate them. That goes a long way for loyalty and also encourages them to keep doing the behavior that you like, and people really like that. So what are the benefits of all of this? Is not only do you uncomplicate your project with 8 simple, see, these are really simple, 8 simple calls to actions, but the benefits are huge. Number 1, you increase communication on the project. You increase results for the project because you actually get things done in a timely manner and people collaborate and communicate more effectively. And you increase teamwork and loyalty to you as the project manager. So what can help this? I found if I have a good, strong project management software, then I know who's on my team, what do I need, when do I need it, what are the milestones, and the different specifics of the deliverables that are due when. Then I have something to gauge by. And when I go to people with these calls to action, I have specific information in my hand, and it relates to the project. So I'm not just talking about something personal that Jennifer Witt wants necessarily. It's to get the project done. So again, I feel like these are eight simple calls to action to uncomplicate your project. And after all, it's uncomplicated. Well, at projectmanager.com, we believe in uncomplicating your project. So we've worked together to incorporate these 8 simple calls to action, provide you the information that you need to make these calls to action. So if you need to uncomplicate your project, then sign up for our software now at projectmanager.com.